It's so important when we talk about ecumenical formation. It's not just instilling the correct knowledge into the younger generations, but to really see them as subjects of theology, theory, and their own practice. So when we talk about ecumenical formation, it's the coming together with younger generations, emerging scholars, to talk about their own context and to reflect together on what the faith and the theological traditions of their own and their own contexts and the global church together, that we are to learn and reflect and to really embrace the challenges that today's world presents to us and to react or act upon these faith confessions together. It's my first time in the WCC Commission on Education and Ecumenical Formation. It's a vibrant, robust, diverse group in different terms, and everyone seems so committed and willing to share. So I think it's a very good beginning for us to look forward to 2025. We will have our first program, the Getty 2025. So coming together and sharing our own perspectives and concerns. And we're just beginning to talk about what will be our vision for this commission as well as our coming initiatives. So it all feels like so fresh and new and in the making, and somehow it feels raw. But that's in an exciting way because something new is about to be born. We have such a diverse group, not just in terms of geographical differences, but also denominational, confessional variety. And also, I'm so excited and also grateful that we have this shared consciousness or sensitivity of the kind of differences among us or even within us. I just heard our fellow commissioners sharing about the wide spectrum, even within the Orthodox tradition or within the Finland Lutheran Church itself. So that sense of unity, but also the diversity, even among our own identities, that's very fascinating, and I'm very confident that this commission is going to have so much to offer to us, but also to the whole education arm of WCC. When I look back on the early history of the modern ecumenical movement, I was fascinated by how much otherness or openness wasn't a mandate. Unlike these days, we're always so aware of our differences and respectful about these differences when we come together in ecumenical events. It's the very spark of difference or somehow threatening otherness in the early years posed by the younger churches from the mission fields to those mission societies that look at the context. It's different from what you thought. It's different from what you thought about mission or Christian faith. We need our own ministers, we need our own leaders, we need our own polities. It's fascinating of how the movement grew to become more inclusive and reflective on its own, to include different voices. What they did was to set up different commissions to learn about the new context, to hear the voices from the ground. And that actually fueled a lot of different movements in the following ecumenical trajectories. So I think we're very blessed by that part of history for how far we've come here today. When we come together in ecumenical events, we have such awareness, readiness, sensitivities to interact with each other and to learn from each other. But also maybe we need a renewed sense of how we encounter otherness or differences, because the other nowadays might look very different to us than to those days, or what we learned from those days. It's not the opposite pole on whatever spectrum we find ourselves in. It could be something we took for granted for too long. It could be within our own identities that we're trying to suppress some voices, even within our own communities, to give primacy to some other agenda items or concerns we have as a group. So I think we need a renewed sense or sensibility to see the otherness and to really accept the gift of difference and to see what it brings us to, just like the early ecumenical movement histories.